Hello, and welcome to this space. I go by Starspeed. You can also call me Dex. I'm currently working out the direction of this channel, and more updates on that will come when more decisions have been made. But for now, both work. Anyway, today I thought we could read through this trans affirmation coloring book together. We're not going to be coloring it, partially because there's not enough time for that. We're just going to be reading through it, and if folks would want to color through this together, we could do that potentially. But if somebody wants this trans affirmation coloring book, then leave a comment below. I will also leave my email information so you could send that to me there, and it would be easier and better to sort of exchange your information if you would feel comfortable receiving this coloring book in the mail. Trans people only, or trans or gender divergent or non-binary people. Yeah. It's not to say that cis people can't enjoy things, but I would want the trans coloring book to go to a trans person, as a trans person. On that sort of note, I also want to say that if there are any cis folks who are upset that this ASMR video exists, you can leave as usual. This is a safe space. If you want to comment something nasty, if you feel like you have passive aggressive things to say, you have things to work on, and this is not the space for it. This is like an internal journey that I feel like a lot of people need to go on in terms of accepting and understanding that people that are different than them exist. I don't think it's that hard, but we live in this world. Not to upset anyone who is non-binary, genderqueer, trans watching this video, but I just wanted to make a disclaimer. For anyone who is not part of this community, you are welcome to watch this video, but if you have nasty things to say, if you are not supportive, why are you here, you know? Anyway, so that out of the way, let's get into this coloring book. If I sound sassier than usual, it's just because I'm in a good mood, actually. But in general, I feel like for trans folks, gender non-conforming folks, gender fluid folks, gender divergent folks, it's healthy and good to know where you're coming from and to stand up for yourself and your rights. And people who get upset about that are not here for you and don't really, just are usually not our supporters, right? So if people respond negatively to you holding your boundaries, it's usually because they feel like they gain something by invading them or disrespecting them. Anyway, if I get distracted, there's a really big window in front of me. There are lots of exciting things happening outside in the world, but I'm going to be doing my best to stay focused. And just giving that other disclaimer because I might like see a butterfly and just like look off into the distance. And anyway, so this is called the Trans Affirmation Coloring Book. It's held up by this beautiful person wearing a shirt with some roses on it, and they have what looks to be daisies in their hair and painted nails. These are the non-binary flag colors. It's by Theo Nicole Lorenz, presumably this person here. That's just a guess. I don't know this for sure. Also, sorry if you see the sunlight in the background. It's very bright. Very, very bright star. But I tried to cover it up as best as I could. Alright, so here is a very cute triad. If you can see. I don't know if my voice is particularly relaxing because I feel really excited, and when I'm excited I don't always sound really chill. But anyway, so here's this really cute triad of people hugging. One of them has a walker with this really cute basket with a bow on it, and the words read, "My gender identity is one of the many lovable things about me." There are some folks protesting, holding signs. These flags look like the trans flag, but they could be any flag. You could pick whatever color. So you could do the genderqueer flag, you could do the non-binary flag. But anyway, the posters read, "We exist. Trans rights are human rights." They certainly are. And then this is kind of covered up. But it says, "Fuck this shit." And we deserve better. We do. And the words underneath say, "My anger is valid." Don't forget that. I'm not bending it, I'm just holding the pages back here. I hope that doesn't bother anybody. Alright, so here is a person in what looks to be their room. They're wearing a binder. Up here, the title of the book reads, "FTM Transition for Beginners, A History of Drag." This book says "Men in Makeup," and this book says, the title of this book is "Embracing Femininity." And spilling out of this drawer are some bras. Very cool. "My gender presentation is for me, and it can be whatever I want it to be." Hell yeah. Okay. Next one. Here's a person with very lovely freckles, a polka dot shirt underneath their other shirt that reads "they," and there's a big rainbow underneath, and the words read, "I am the only one who gets to define me." Alright. Oh, look at this lovely person. Long hair. Long curly hair, or wavy. I wouldn't say curly. This is more wavy. And a beard. Some bangles or bracelets. A heart-shaped locket necklace. Wearing this wonderful dress that you could color any color. And they have hair on their legs and on their chest and on their arms. And the caption reads, I am enough exactly as I am. It's true. These pages are stuck together. They must be friends. Hello? Alright. So, this page, oh my goodness, there's 3 cats here. So, there's this person who is cuddling a large cat. It could be a Maine Coon. That would be my best guess. And then there's another cat here and another cat kind of curled up here. There is a paper bag with a burger on it and possibly a shake or a soda. There's a phone with a little heart coming out of it. There's their laptop plugged in here as well. They're wearing socks. They look super comfy. Looks like a nice night. And the caption reads, I deserve to feel happy, safe, and loved. It's true. Sorry about the cars going by outside. Hopefully it's not too loud. Okay. I was a little confused at first, but this person is getting tattooed. They looked like they were in pain, so I got confused and I couldn't understand what was happening here. But this and this, these are the arms belonging to their tattoo artist. This is the instrument here. And they're getting what looks to be a really pretty, beautiful, flowery chest piece on their chest. And their chest has some scars, if you can see here, from top surgery. Is what it looks like. And the words read, my body is mine and I will make it my home. I love that. That's how I feel about body mods too. That's how everybody should feel about bodily agency and decorating or dressing their bodies in whatever ways makes them feel the most them and the most comfortable. It's important. It's important for people to feel like they have that ability to do that and to care for and dress themselves in the ways that feels the most them. And there's this very cute person wearing a turtleneck. They look kind of young. They have pizza earrings and a pizza skirt on. They have a messenger bag or a book bag. The difference between them is hard to tell here. And what looks like older folks' arms, possibly parents, or just mentor or adult figures in their life, with their arms on their shoulders, lending support. And the words read, I am not alone. You certainly are not. And even when you feel alone and isolated and you don't have support from people that are physically in your life, or don't feel like you have a very supportive environment, there's still the larger community that you are part of, and always that like yearning and longing to be in community with one another and to hold and take care of one another. So I hope if you're coming from a place where you're feeling alone or isolated, I hope you can take some comfort in knowing that is always true. And so here is an older couple. There's a cat on this person's lap. They're sitting on an armchair, and they're wearing bunny slippers, and their partner or spouse is wearing a fluffy looking bathrobe, and their hair is up in a bonnet or a hair wrap. They have cute earrings, and they're kissing or about to kiss. They're holding, I don't know if someone is giving someone else a hot drink. I think that's what's happening here. And they're kissing. And I don't know if you can see, but over here, showing from the side, is a scar, possibly and probably from top surgery. How cute. And the caption reads, "We're trans and we're not going anywhere." I love seeing older queer and trans folks in community spaces. Something that I think younger queer and trans folks hear a lot is that we're new, or that we're making our existences up. For some reason, these tactics and arguments have been there forever. Or not even there forever. Let me correct myself. These arguments are actually a lot more new than our existence, but our histories, definitely plural histories, because it has not always been one movement or one culture at all. We've been here forever. And seeing older queer and trans folks is very affirming just in their existence, because, and I feel lucky to have shared space with older queer and trans folks. Not necessarily, that's not necessarily the case for absolutely everyone. Partially because community spaces are not available to everyone or always accessible for everyone. But the feeling is really, really great, and I cherish it a lot. Next page. And I guess this is the page from the, like, that kind of mirrors the first page. But you can color it now if you would so like to. And you can change all of the colors and write your own words. And then at the very end, this last page is called, I will just read it to you. It says, the Trans Affirmation Coloring Book Worksheet. I am lovable and I deserve to be here. This page is for me to fill out and read when I need to be reminded of that. Here are 5 things I can do that usually make me feel better. Let's do this together. I'm not going to write on it just in case somebody does want this coloring book. But we can quickly go through these exercises. Oh, great. So 5 things I can do that usually make me feel better. 1, I like going out for walks. A caveat to that is that like my blood is really sweet or attractive to bugs that bite, and I love bugs a lot, but I hate being bitten, and I am like pretty allergic or mildly allergic. Like it doesn't trigger like anaphylactic shock or anything, but the swelling that happens after bug bites is kind of severe and not cute, and just not something that I like having happen to me. Not that I think that there's anyone who commonly or particularly enjoys getting bitten by bugs. Maybe there are some people who enjoy getting bitten by bugs. Who's to say? But I'm not one of those people. And so that can be an issue sometimes, especially like now during the summer or when bitey bugs are more active. Whatever season that happens to be for you. Where I am, it's usually summer. So walking usually helps, but it depends what time of the year it is, and even insect repellent or putting on tea tree oil only helps me so much. Not sure if we just experienced an earthquake, but that happens sometimes. Anyway, 2, something else that usually makes me feel better is taking a shower. Sometimes that's easier, faster, and more simple to do as a like response to like, I'm feeling really gross and bad right now. What is one thing that I can do? Something else that I like to do is play music. It doesn't have to be anything particularly, like it doesn't have to be a full piece. It doesn't have to be an actual song. Sometimes just like banging around and playing with chords on the piano. That's usually easier for me because I don't have to tune it or set it up or anything. It's just there. So that also helps. For something else that usually makes me feel better. Exercising, but I'm not always in the mood to exercise, so it depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes if I'm feeling bad, but like a bad that is like angry or has energy behind it, then I can probably exercise. But if I'm really like I'm experiencing a depressive episode, or I'm feeling overwhelmed or anxious or self-defeated or self-sabotagey, that's not a space where I feel like I have energy to exercise. On that note, for the 5th one, if I'm feeling overwhelmed or anxious, something that is an easy go-to for that kind of like energy that's kind of pent up but doesn't feel like it can necessarily go to anything particularly productive, cleaning actually helps me a lot. I'm a Virgo rising, so tidying up and cleaning anywhere, anything, or decluttering is extremely therapeutic for me. Okay, so here are 3 people who love me and ways I can reach them when I need to talk to someone. I think number 1 for me would be my sib. Usually I can accomplish that by messaging them or going to their room. The second one, I guess I have a mom friend who is always very supportive. We extend mutual support to one another for sure, but they're chosen family who is very nurturing, and if they have time and capacity, then they will be there for me. 3, those 2 were easy to reach out to, just in general. I do have other friends that I reach out to, but I feel like it depends what it's for. So yeah, that one, there are a couple friends that I can call that are kind of in the same league for number 3, and I don't know if I could choose between them, but it would usually either be messaging or calling in terms of how I would contact them. And at the bottom here, it says, here are some resources I can reach out to if I need help. Trans Lifeline, the US number is 877-565-8860. Canada, 877-330-6366. The Trevor Project, 866-488-7386. Chat and text help, the trevorproject.org. Get help now. And so there are lifelines that exist as resources that can be helpful. Something that I would personally recommend, which I liked from this worksheet, is having your own personal folks to reach out to when you need to talk to someone, because part of lifelines, although they can be helpful for some people, for me, when I'm not feeling great, when I'm struggling with stuff, lifelines can feel a little impersonal. Something that I reach out to a lot and have mentioned before on my channel is that ASMR has helped me a lot in finding resources that are created for specific scenarios or for comfort when you're in a really low or dark space. So it's a big part of why I really value and treasure this community. But other than that, that's all for this video and all for this coloring book. Again, if you are interested in or would like this coloring book, I can send it to you. I will leave my email, and whoever messages me first, I guess, can get this sent. Again, this is only for trans and gender variant folks. I don't think it would be right or fair of me to give something that is such a resource and specific to my community to someone who does not belong to it. But otherwise, there will be other things to read on this channel, so don't be too sad if we don't end up coloring this coloring book. But yeah, that's it for this one. I feel like Lily Moscovitz in the Shut Up and Listen ASMR video that I did. I'll link that because I mentioned it, but this pose. Anyway, thank you so much for being here with me and spending time with me. I hope this was relaxing and affirming. I really loved reading through it. I really like the affirmations in this coloring book. So, in any case, goodbye. See you in the next one.